What is up, everybody? I'm back, and today we're going to be playing some Modern. That's right, we're playing Yorion 4-color, Vannifar, cat combo, Kiki-Jiki, 80 card pile. But no, really, I think this deck is sweet. At its core, we are, a creature combo deck with Felidar Guardian and Kiki-Jiki, or Felidar Guardian and Saheeli Rai, or Kiki-Jiki and Chord Monitor for infinite attackers. But we're also just a creature toolbox deck with Stoneforge Mystic, some Ice-Fangs, Reflector Mages, Scavenging Ooze. So we can definitely grind out our opponents and just win that way. Other than that, for the sideboard, we got some removals, some graveyard hate, some Blood Moon type effects that we can fetch up with Eldritch Evolution, and Veil of Summers because nobody likes getting your stuff countered or discarded. So with that, let's run it through a Modern League and see how we do. All right, match one, revealing our Yorion, of course. Looks like the opponent is playing Giganta, so probably a Niv-Mizzet deck. This hand looks good, so we will keep looking for some sort of payoff, but should be fine. Snow-covered mountain and Astrolabe, you got it. Opponent draws a card. We draw a snow-covered forest. Well, let's lead with that and just play out a Noble. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Play a Vista. Sure, they're cracking it. Getting some more snow basics. And they make us sacrifice our Noble Hierarch. Okay? We take our turn. Draw another land, which isn't exactly what we want. So I think we start by Astrolabing here. See what we can draw. Draws us another Noble Hierarch. Okay, well, we'll play out our Noble. We got Noble Trons going on here. And then pass the turn. See what the opponent is up to. Yep, another Vista, and they crack it. Really looking for some sort of payoff from us. If our Noble lives, a Vannifar would be nice. Teferi, the old 3 basics Teferi. Oh, they choose not to bounce our Noble. Okay. And they pass. Another Astrolabe, huh? Well, let's see what this cycles into. A Birds. Okay. Well, play out a Birds of Paradise and a Noble Hierarch here. So Birds and Noble. And then our Noble can tickle the Teferi for 2 because of Exalted. Takes 2, and we pass. See, hopefully, I guess no Wrath from the opponent, but if they do Wrath, at least we have lands in hand for Yorion eventually. They Astrolabe, sure. And they play a land. We're really looking for some sort of payoff here, but I suppose if nothing, we could cast Yorion. They have an Uro, yep. So Uro ramps them and gains life, and Teferi upticks. And they pass. Only 3 cards in hand. Another land is not exactly what we wanted. So let's start by going to combat, hitting Teferi for 2. So on the plus side, he won't be able to bounce anything anymore. Then I think we have no other option but to play Yorion. So we're going to thin out the deck ever so slightly and cast our big bird. Actually, I guess we can leave a dork untapped. It probably doesn't matter, but we'll cast our Bird Serpent. There it goes, and we get to might as well flicker our dudes for pseudo vigilance, quote unquote. End step, we get our Astrolabes back to draw cards. Okay, hit a couple of lands, just a few, right? Oh man. Opponent upticks Teferi, sure. And they're passing, so it's probably some sort of Wrath because they didn't escape Uro when they could have, or something similar. We draw a Kiki-Jiki. Unfortunately, it cannot copy Yorion because Yorion's legendary. So we're just gonna go to combat here. I'm predicting a Wrath, just the way that they pass. Not a Wrath, but a Bring to Light. Well, could easily grab a Wrath as well. No, they grab Niv-Mizzet. Okay. Let's see what Niv-Mizzet gets. A lot of stuff. So we will pass the turn to the opponent. Opponent plays a red and 6, okay. Shoots down our Noble. Noble down. Teferi upticks. Sure. So we know about at least 3 of the cards in their hand, and they can escape Uro if they want. They go fetching. They Blood Crypt. Untapped. And it looks like they're passing with 4 mana up again. So maybe this time it's a Wrath. We draw another land. Magic, what are you doing to me, man? Alright, well, we'll go attacking. We'll try to finish off this Teferi. They Lightning Helix our Yorion. And the Lightning Helix Yorion again. Sure. Well, I guess we'll do what little thinning we can. Eventually. We're very unlikely to win this, but we still could. Running 6 pings off our Noble. There's an escaped Uro. We're not going to waste time. We're just going to fetch. We've got nothing to do. Get a Stomping Ground. Uro lands from the opponent. They shock in the land, maybe for Kaya's Guile. Uptick to Fairy, and they pass. We draw a Stoneforge Mystic. Well, Stoneforge isn't horrible, so let's cast Stoneforge. Stoneforge resolves. We grab Sword of Fire and Ice is going to be our best bet. Play a land tapped, and might as well cast this Sword of Fire and Ice right now. I'm not sure what the odds are they have some sort of counterspell. And it just uses our mana the best that we could. And pass the turn. Them having an active Uro is unfortunate. Ah! Instant speed Deafening Clarion's pretty good. Teferi bounces our sword, yep. Red and 6 gets back a fetch land. And Uro smacks us. They follow it up with their Giganta. And we see what we draw. Prime Speaker Vannifar is not going to do it. We're not even going to bother showing them, and we'll pack it up. Alright, for sideboarding, we're going to bring in some Path Exiles. We're going to take out Reflector Mage, because they're bad against bouncing any of the Niv Mizzet creatures, really. And we're going to take out an Eldritch Evolution, because they're probably going to remove a lot of our board. And with that, let's try a sideboarded game. We would love to play first. Reveal our Yorion, of course. Opening hand, missing a green, so we're going to mulligan. This hand is risky, but we're going to keep. Put back Kiki-Jiki. All we need is a second land, and hopefully Ice-Fang can get going. Opponent also mulligans to 6. We will start by getting our snow-covered forest. Playing Astrolabe. We draw a land and pass. Awesome. So there's our second land. Opponent starts with a fetch. And they pass. No Astrolabe from the opponent. We draw another land, which is great for us. And we can ship the turn. Flash in Ice-Fang Coatl on their turn if we want. Opponent fetches for a Steam Vents. Tapped. Takes their turn. Let's see, they play a Prismatic Vista and cracks it right away. This could be a Ren and 6, which would be very unfortunate for us. It is a Ren and 6. Remember how I said this could be very unfortunate? Especially with Ice-Fang Coatl. So they get back a land. We will crack our Vista. Might as well get the island. And play our little snow snake. It draws a land, sure. And we take our turn. Kiki-Jiki isn't amazing, but it plays right now. So we will play a land. Attack, red and 6 for 1. It's probably going to kill our Ice-Fang, but nothing we can do about it. We'll follow it up with our own Uro. Uro triggers. We get to draw a card and put in a Vista, which is good. Let us get our planes and cast a Birds of Paradise. And see what Red and 6 wants to kill. The opponent untaps. Plays their Vista that they got back from Red and 6 earlier. Red and 6 kills our Ice-Fang Coatl, okay? And the opponent fetches. Ooh, Teferi, okay. That's unfortunate. And Teferi upticks. Yep. We draw a Saheeli. Saheeli is a very good draw. I think one of our best bets is to land Saheeli while we can. Go scrying. There's a land, sure. And play out our Scavenging Ooze while we can and pass the turn. Opponent untaps. It's unfortunate that the fairy could represent an instant speed wrath. Oh, well, I mean, oh, there's a lightning bolt. That means there's no lightning bolt for Saheeli if we combo. Renin 6 gets back a land. Yep. The fairy upticks for some more instant speed shenanigans. And there's the land. So I suppose our biggest worry then would be something like Abrupt Decay. So let's start with, we can start by getting value off our Saheeli right away by minusing on an Astrolabe to draw an extra card, which I don't hate. So we get to draw a card. We draw another Saheeli, which isn't horrible. I think we're just going to try to slam this Felidar Guardian. Opponent cracks their fetch in response. Gets a snow-covered mountain. Okay. Felidar tries to blink Saheeli. This could be a lightning bolt. Okay, they did have a lightning bolt, but we already got our... We at least got Saheeli value on Arcum's Astrolabe. It's a bummer we're 1 mana short off of casting this Saheeli, but so be it. So we will ship the turn. No point in attacking with birds. Opponent untaps. Teferi bounces our Felidar Guardian. Yep. Renin 6 finishes off our birds. They play a Pillar of Perunes. And is this going to be Niv Mizzet? No, it's Gigantha. Okay. So, a land here. Okay, I believe that does it because Felidar Guardian can flicker a land, and then we shock in this land, and we cast the Saheeli Rai from our hand and make infinite Felidar Guardians. So -2 creates a copy of Felidar Guardian who flickers Saheeli over and over again. Those tokens have haste and infinite dudes. Alright. Sideboard. We don't want to change anything. I think we just gotta hope to avoid Renin 6 and things like that. And let's run it back. We will reveal our Yorion per usual. Opening hand, not super exciting, but we will keep. Opponent mulligans and keeps 6. They start with a Snow-Covered Swamp, an Astrolabe. Yep. We draw an Astrolabe, but no basic, unfortunately. So we'll play a Temple Garden tapped and pass. Opponent untaps. We're going to plan on Stoneforging on our turn. They Breeding Pool tapped. And they pass the turn. Sure. Oh, we draw a Windswept. That'll be our basic next turn for Astrolabe. So let us shock in this land and just slam down Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge resolves. We will grab... What do we think is the best here? Sort of Feast and Famine could be good. Sort of Fire and Ice is pretty good as well. We're going to get sort of Fire and Ice. Protects from the most removal, most likely. And then pass a turn. Fatal push our Stoneforge. Very well. They take their turn. Play a Pillar and pass the turn. Let us fetch for a snow-covered forest. Play our Renegade Rallier for some ramp value. And we could get back Stoneforge or a land. Let's get back Stoneforge to go a little wide. We could get back the land to, play Astrolabe this turn, but I like Stoneforge for just having a couple threats on board. And pass the turn. Opponent plays a Prismatic Vista and then crack it. And play a Deafening Clarion. Okay. Well, that was kind of a 1-for-1 because Renegade got back that Stoneforge for more or less free. So let's lead with Astrolabe here. Astrolabe resolves. We draw another land. But we can play a land tap and pass the turn. Plan on flashing in Ice-Fang Coatl. 5th land from our opponent. And they pass the turn. Let's flash in Ice-Fang. Ice-Fang resolves and we get to draw a card. Another Ice-Fang is a great pickup. We draw another land. Okay, so let's start the turn by playing our Sword of Feast and Famine. I think it has the highest upside. I don't think we're going to equip it yet, though, because there's a very high chance to have some sort of removal spell. So I'm going to plan on flashing in this other Ice-Fang and then try to equip swords. Maybe that's a little conservative, but we're playing the more tricky game, I guess. And then we pass the turn. If they want to remove an Ice-Fang right now, that is more than okay. They fetch. His Steam Vent's tapped, and then take their turn. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Another Pillar of Perunes. They pass the turn. End step, we will flash in Ice-Fang Coatl. Draw a card. Draw Saheeli. That's very good for us. And another Saheeli. Can't complain about that one. So let us start the turn by trying to equip a sword on an Ice-Fang Coatl. Opponent has the Fatal Push. Very well then. So we can try to equip onto another Ice-Fang Coatl. Opponent has a Lightning Bolt for that one. Okay. That's fine, because they do only have 1 card in hand as of right now. So we will pass the turn. Opponent untaps. 2 cards in hand. 1 card in hand. They play a Pillar. Let's see if this is a Niv Mizzet or they're just playing Giganta. Bring to Light. Most likely going to get Niv Mizzet. There it is. That is some good value, no doubt. Opponent puts Bring to Light and Abrupt Decay in their hand. We will Path to Exile Niv Mizzet on their turn. We take our turn, draw an Eldritch Evolution, which is not horrible at all. Do I have enough for double Saheeli and Felidar Guardian? I do not believe so, but we are kind of close. So what I can do, let us Felidar Guardian, blink Astrolabe. Astrolabe gets flickered and we get to draw a card, which is alright by us. Another Felidar is pretty decent. We can follow that up by cracking our fetch. Get another red just in case. And play Saheeli, so they'll have to Abrupt Decay the Saheeli. Saheeli Rai minuses on Felidar Guardian. And Felidar comes in and is actually going to blink. If we target the Saheeli, they're going to have to Abrupt Decay it. We could blink Astrolabe to draw a card. Let's make them use the Abrupt Decay on the Saheeli. They do decay it, as predicted. We will get to attack them for 1. And to pass the turn, we know they have Bring to Light, so probably going to get another Niv Mizzet. There's Bring to Light. For Niv Mizzet. And let's see what Niv Mizzet finds. So these are the cards we know about that Niv Mizzet got back. Or Niv Mizzet got. Excuse me. They slam down to Fairy. And shock in a land. And choose to bounce Felidar Guardian. So Lightning Bolt is their only out here. We draw an Uro, okay. Let's start with the Felidar Guardian, who will blink Astrolabe, draw a card, cast Saheeli, and hope they don't have the Lightning Bolt. Felidar comes in, blinks Saheeli, and we make Infinite Cats and win. Awesome. Got that one against Niv Mizzet. Great. Let's go to the next one. Alright, match 2. We would love to reveal Yorion, of course. Opponent reveals Lurrus, so we'll have to see what kind of Lurrus deck they are. Hand is definitely risky, but we're going to keep. 1 more land, and I think this hand is good. Polluted Delta from the opponent, and a Bubble. I'm going to guess they are Delver, just based off of the Polluted Delta, because it's not a Jund land. They fetch. They get an Overgrown Tomb, so maybe it is Jund. Or Death Shadow. They Thoughtseize, okay. Well, definitely don't think it's Delver anymore. Leaning more towards Jund or Shadow or something of the sorts. Thoughtseize takes our Uro, okay. And they pass the turn. They get their bobble trigger. We draw a forest. That's a good draw. So they know about our entire hand, but that is fine. We play a birds. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a polluted delta, sure, and another bobble. Okay. They are bobble tribal. They crack the bobble. And looks like they just passed their turn, alright? We draw another land, which is not bad for us. Let's crack the Wooded Foothills. Get a Steamed Vents, untapped. Try to cast Saheeli. Saheeli resolves. We will uptick her so she doesn't get bolted as easily, or something similar. Reveals a Hallowed Fountain. I think we can put that on the bottom for now. And pass the turn. Opponent takes their turn. They play another Polluted Delta. Cracks at least one of them for now. Gets a Blood Crypt untapped. Definitely thinking they're Death Shadow. There's the man, the myth. Pays some life and dismembers our bird. That's unfortunate. And passes the turn. We draw a Chord of Calling, which isn't horrible. Unfortunately, what I think we have to do is play a bird, copy the Birds of Paradise. This bird will add green and try to Eldritch Evolution our copy away. Opponent fetches. We're trying to get Reflector Mage here. Ooh, Breeding Pool. Do they have the stub? They do have the stub, which is unfortunate, so we just have to pass. We were going to try to Reflector Mage. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. They take their turn. Up to 3 cards for drawing for turn, of course. Play a land. Let's see if it's Lurrus time. It is Lurrus time. And a bobble will get to be played. Yep. Opponent goes smacking in with Death Shadow. Well, they only have 1 land up, so they can't team or Battle Rage. And our biggest out here would be a Felidar Guardian, so we will not block. Go down to 6. Yep. Bobble gets cracked, and we take our turn. Not a Felidar Guardian, but it does hopefully save us. So let's uptick on Saheeli. Stoneforge Mystic could be a good draw, but I think we're going to pass on that for now. I think we either want more lands for this Chord of Calling or just draw a Felidar Guardian. So we'll put it on bottom. We will cast this Reflector Mage, who will bounce the Death Shadow, play a Noble Hierarch, and pass the turn. This isn't horrible. If need be, we can also minus the Saheeli on Reflector Mage to get another activation. So that might be our game plan. Also, only 3 more upticks until the opponent dies to Saheeli, which could happen. Opponent has 5 cards in hand already. Woo! Plays Bobble. Yep. With Lurrus. Plays a land. Okay. We know at least Death Shadow is one of the cards in their hand. They attack in with Lurrus at us. I think we are going to block with Noble Hierarch to have that option to minus on the Reflector Mage. So we block. Ah, lifelink. Of course. Lurrus have lifelink. So they are back up to 6. Traverse, huh? Traverse grabs a Goyf. And Big Bad Goyf lands. Yep. Opponent passes to us. Let's draw... Oh, they bobble us on our upkeep. Sure. Draw a land, alright? So we can grab a 3-drop if we'd like with Chord of Calling. I think the better play, though, will be to go Scrying. Another Saheeli. Tempting, but we're going to put it on the bottom. And we are going to cast our own companion, Yorion. Yorion comes down. We get to flicker our creatures. We're going to leave Saheeli at 4. And go to end step. End step, get our creatures back. And Reflector Mage will bounce Tarmogoyf. Opponent's up to 6 cards in hand. Bobble's giving them plenty of value. Inquisition unfortunately does nab our Chord of Calling. That is unfortunate. Replays Bobble for more value. Shocks in a Watery Grave. Playing it a little risky, perhaps. There's the Death Shadow we bounced earlier, sure. And they decide to get in for 3. They decide to attack for 3. I'm not 100% sure on these lists if they play Assassin's Trophy or things similar. I want to say that they only really play bolts and fatal pushes, and Culligan's Command and damage-based things like that. So I'm hoping our Yorion is safe, and I'm going to throw Birds of Paradise in front of this instead of Yorion. Yes, that is our plan. And we're hoping Yorion lives and we get to attack him. Opponent cracks their bauble, taking a peek. Bauble goes off. Scavenging Ooze, huh? Scavenging Ooze is a sweet one. Well, let's start by copying our Reflector Mage. Hopefully. Maybe. Oh, okay. Reflector Mage bounces Death Shadow. So I'm going to assume they don't have a bolt because they did not bolt there in response. Attack with the team. And we win! We outvalued Death Shadow, Luris, Bauble every turn. That was sweet. Alright, for the sideboard, we're bringing in our Veils and our Path Exiles. We're going to try out some Magus of the Moons. We're going to trim Sword of Fire and Ice, probably because it's just the wrong color for sword. Eldritch Evolution, because they're going to kill all our creatures anyways. And then kind of trimming down on parts of the combo because they get easily disrupted. And with that, let's try this out. Of course, we're going to reveal our Yorion. Opening hand. Very interactive, but I think it's very keepable. Opponent leads with a Swamp and Thoughtseize us. Let's see if this takes a Veil of Summer, or maybe Scavenging Ooze. As predicted, there goes our Veil of Summer. Don't blame them, and they have a Bauble. And they crack their Bauble, sure. Pass the turn to us. We draw a Renegade Rallier, so we will just play a fetch land and pass. Opponent looks like they might have kept a 1-lander, so they pass the turn. We'll fetch on end step. Grab our Triome and take our turn. Draw a Windswept Heath. That's not bad at all. We will run out our Scavenging Ooze. We will run out our Scavenging Ooze because we can get it right back with the Renegade Rallier. Ooze lands. And it does get dismembered. Okay, well, as long as we get to land this Renegade Rallier, I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. Oh, Inquisition. Bummer. Probably taking Rallier. Rallier down. Okay. And they pass. Still stuck on 1 land. We draw a Reflector Mage. That's not horrible, but we're going to hold on to it. Well, maybe we're not going to hold on to it. I don't hate just running this out because we can flicker it with Felidar. You know what? It might be aggressive, but we are going to run it out right now for the future flickers with Felidar and hope to tempo get our value that way. Pass the turn. Opponent draws up to 6 cards in hand, and they hit their 2nd land, okay? But it looks like they're just going to pass. We draw a Corridor Monitor, which is not the greatest. Let's go to combat. Smack in for 2. I know this is kind of risky against Death Shadow because this enables them to play it, but we're kind of hoping to just like out-tempo them anyways. So we'll play our measly 1/4 out here. Veil of Summer. What are they Veil of Summering against us for? I guess they're worried about counter spells from us, but that's very interesting. We'll give our Reflector Mage Pseudo Vigilance and pass. Opponent draws back up to 6 cards in hand still. Plays a land, so they hit their 3rd land at least. There's Thoughtseize. This can take Felidar Guardian. Yep, Guardian down. We'll see if they followed up with threats. They fetch. Get a Watery Grave untapped. And just passes. So no Death Shadow from them yet. We draw our land, which isn't horrible. We can work our way up to Yorion. So we will go to combat, attack in. This makes their shadows bigger, but we might be just on the beatdown plan. Pass the turn. They do nothing. They untap at 4 life. Kind of risky. They play a Blood Crypt and they shock. There's the big bad Death Shadow. And another Death Shadow. Okay. I anticipate at least 1 Stubborn Denial from them then. So we will path one of them. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. And I believe they know about both of these Path Exiles. There's a Stubborn Denial. Let us grab Let's grab a Temple Garden, and might as well still path one of them. So they stop one of our paths. Stoneforge Mystic is a good draw. So let's just play out Stoneforge here. It resolves, and we are going to grab a Sword of Feast and Famine. And there's no real point in attacking and putting them down to 1. I believe if they have Team or Battle Rage, they got us, but there's nothing we can really do about that. So we pass. 2 cards in hand for the opponent, hoping to dodge Team or Battle Rage. And then we might be able to sneak in a win. They play out their kitty cat. So we know there's no Team or Battle Rage. That's good. Bobble from the graveyard. Getting their value train rolling. I guess they need Fatal Push or something similar. We know there's no Team or Battle Rage, but I suppose we chump anyways, just because they could go land Lightning Bolt if we just take it. So I'm going to block. Just playing around land Lightning Bolt. They crack their Bobble. Well, that turns off Revolt for Fatal Push, but I guess they can't even Dismember. Ooh, if we had one more land, this would be a great draw. But we're just going to go for it. So Stoneforge. There was no Revolt, so our Reflector Mage lives. Because they bobbled on their turn, I believe. Yep. They were very close, but they, no cigar. We put in Sword of Feast and Famine. We equip the sword onto our Reflector Mage. Lurrus won't be able to block. And we get there. Awesome, awesome. Took down Death Shadow. Let's keep going. Match 3. We would love to reveal Yorion. Of course, of course. No companion from our opponent. Very interesting. This hand seems great, though. We'd love to keep. Opponent mulligans to 6 and takes their turn. Let's see what they're on. Misty. And they crack the Misty. For a Stomping Ground. Okay. Is this maybe some sort of Valakut or something like that? Yes, it is some sort of Valakut or something like that. So we will start by grabbing a snow-covered forest, and we're going to lead with Noble Hierarch here and pass the turn, planning on ramping into our Prime Speaker Vannifar. This might be just a straight-up race if they don't have too many lightning bolts. Land from our opponent, Mountain, Farseek, yep. We might lose this race just because we were on the draw. So we draw a Prime Speaker Vannifar, okay. So we are definitely going to fetch here. Might as well grab an island. Play our Renegade Rallier, who can get back our fetch land, and pass the turn. Opponent gets their search for tomorrow, so they are definitely ramping. Search grabs another mountain, and they hard cast another search. Okay. We might as well thin out the deck a teensy bit as well. And I think we just gotta hope that their hand is only full of ramp and no Valakut payoffs. I think that's our best chance here. Search grabs a forest, and they play another land, so 2 cards in hand from the opponent. And they just pass. Alright, well, we will chip in for some damage while we can. So we will attack for 4. Opponent takes it down to 13. Yep. And cat's out the bag. We'll play our Prime Speaker Vannifar. Hope to dodge Titan, Valakuts, Escape Shifts, things like that. Play a tapped land, and just see if we're alive. They fetch on our end step. Grab a Cinderglade. They do nothing with it. Alright, well, they take their turn. Play a mountain. 2 cards in hand. No whammies. No, this is a whammy. Escape Shift. Yep. So I'm pretty sure that they got us here. Like I said, I us being on the draw is what lost us this race. I think we could have had it if we were on the play, but nevertheless, it was a pretty close game. All right, and they 17 us, and we're dead. Alright, on the sideboard. Alright, sideboard's really easy. We're going to take out Reflector Mage, we're going to bring in Magus of the Moon because it shuts off Valakut, and we're going to run it like this. We would love to be on the play, and we're going to reveal our Bird Serpent, of course. Hand is not super amazing, but we do have an Astrolabe and a Magus, so I think we're going to keep. Hope to dodge Lightning Bolt, I guess. Hope they don't have the Bolt for our Magus. Opponent mulligans down to 5. Alright, well we will lead with an Astrolabe here. Draw a card and pass the turn. Stomping Ground from the opponent. Untapped. Let's see what they've got. Is it another search? It is. Search for Tomorrow suspended. We draw a third Eldritch Evolution. Alright. Alright, Magic, don't do this to me. Give me a land, please. Search for Tomorrow ticks down from suspend. Opponent suspends another search and plays a Windswept Heath. We draw an Astrolabe. Hopefully this finds us a land, please. It does find us a land. Well, I mean, better late than never. So we will pass. Nothing too exciting from us. So one of the searches is going to be cast. The other one ticks down. Grabs a snow-covered mountain. They play another mountain. So they're ramping. Tireless Tracker. Okay, sure. And they pass the turn. 2 cards in hand. They pass. Primespeaker Vannifar is close. Unfortunately, we're 1 land short of that. We're very close to Primespeaker. I think we are going to cast Magus just to insulate ourselves from a potential Titan into Valakut turn. We slam down Magus. Opponent fetches in response. Gets a basic forest. And passes. Well, I don't think they have Lightning Bolt in their hand, or they would have just let Magus happen and bolted it. Search for Tomorrow comes off suspend, gets him some more land. And Tireless Tracker gets busy with the clues. They play a mountain from their hand. Is this Titan? It is. Okay, so I suppose it was alright of me to land Magus, but we're going to need an untapped land more or less now so that we don't just die. Because a 6/6 beating us down every turn is pretty good. I don't know why they didn't attack there. There's no way I would have traded my Magus to the Moon for Tireless Tracker, so... But I'll take it. I mean, why not? So we're going to land Primespeaker down and hope we're alive. Opponent untaps with a lot of mountains. 2 cards in hand. Definitely don't want this Valakut going online again, so no bolt, please. Yep, they've got plenty of clues to crack. No doubt, no doubt. Cracking second clue. Please no bolt. I know it's asking a lot, but please don't. Please don't do this. Okay, they crack again, 3rd time. Play a land, that's scary. Play Dryad. Yep. Alright. They attack in for a ton. Only a ton. So we're just going to take it, and we draw a land. Well, let's think here for a second. Unfortunately, because this Renegade Rallier is in our hand, I'm not sure if we can combo. And there's no fetch land in our graveyard either to pseudo ramp us. Like, I'm 1 mana short, aren't I? Because I can grab Felidar Guardian. Oh, I can grab Felidar Guardian and flicker a land. Right. So I Eldritch for Felidar. Felidar flickers a land. Yeah, okay. I believe this works. So I grab Felidar Guardian, who flickers a land. Then we Eldritch Evolution Vannifar, who grabs Kiki-Jiki, and this is infinite attackers if they don't have interaction. Felidar comes in, blinks Kiki-Jiki. Alright, we made a couple of creatures, and we attack in for lethal. Awesome. Alright. Let's hope we can sneak in and get game 3. No changes in our sideboard. I think we have to hope the opponent just kind of stumbles and hope we can combo off. So let's run it back. Obviously going to reveal our Yorion. That's not going to change. This hand kind of does... Man, it kind of does nothing. But it can technically cast Kiki-Jiki. I'm gonna reluctantly keep. I don't think this hand is amazing, but we have dorks and we have a castable Kiki-Jiki as of now. No turn 1 ramp from them is good for us. Land isn't a horrible draw. We'll lead on Noble. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Let's see, they probably have 2-drop ramp. Wow, tap land. Okay. Maybe they just have bolts. The only reason I could see keeping this hand would be a handful of interaction from them. Well, we will lead with Astrolabe. It's a Misty, okay? Let us crack this Wooded. I don't really want to crack fetch lands, but we're going to stick down another Astrolabe here. Gets another land, okay. And play a Birds of Paradise and pass a turn. On the plus side, if all of our dorks live, we can hardcast this Batterskull, which probably isn't the worst thing in the world. 3rd land from the opponent. Let's see if they have anger or something. Okay, they do have anger. Unfortunate, unfortunate. We draw birds. Sure. We'll land down this bird. Pass the turn back. Hope the bird lives, I suppose. They play a forest up to 4 lands. Search for tomorrow, hardcast, okay? Let's see if they have 2-drop ramp as well. No, they just pass. Alright. We will crack this Misty, get an island, and play out our Batterskull. And hope no Titan or something similar from them. Although they probably do have it, but okay. Yep, Castle Garenbrig. Ooh, no Titan from the opponent. Although, I mean, we didn't draw anything great, but let's start by attacking. So we get in for 4, we gain 4. That helps cushion against potential Valakut stuff. We have this nifty companion we're gonna cast, and Yorion's going to blink our stuff, the Astrolabes and birds. And we can just play a tap land here, pass a turn, get our stuff back. Alright, we draw a couple of goodies. Definitely not the worst. Forest from our opponent, tapping tons of mana. They have Scape Shift. So this is probably going to wipe our board, but we technically are not dead. I believe, because I think it's 18, or maybe I miscounted if they have double Valakut. So I believe this is only 17 damage, or 3, 6, 9, 12, 18. My apologies. So looks like they are going to wipe our field, but we're technically not dead. So that is a small upside. Well, wiping our board isn't great. And they still get to deal us some damage, I believe. Yes, they did get to deal us some damage. And they pass the turn. Okay. So unfortunately, I think I have to see what Ice-Fang Coatl draws for us. Draws another land. Not exactly what we were looking for. Okay, we really have to... Yeah, we just have to hope that they don't have Lightning Bolt, I guess. I know it's a tall order, but if they don't have it, I guess we're still alive. If they do have it, it's very bad news for us. I suppose I should have gotten like a basic plains or something first, but I don't think that matters. Pass it turn to them. They draw up to 4 cards in hand. No Lightning Bolt, please. They just pass. Just pass is probably the best case scenario for us. Because now we get to equip Batterskull onto our Magus. Go to combat. Attack for 6. A 6/6 is going to be very hard for them to kill. They need double bolt. And we'll play a land and pass the turn. Opponent draws for turn, plays a mountain, and they just pass. Okay. We draw Saheeli, which is not bad. Let me think here. So, oh, they scoop it up. They can't get out of the lock. I think we had lethal anyways with Saheeli and Kiki-Jiki, but that was awesome. That was awesome. Let's keep this going. 4-color Yorion. We would love to be on the play and reveal our little sky bird, of course. No companion from the opponent. If this hand had a forest, I'd think about it, but nope, mulligan. This hand does have a way to get a forest, so we will keep. I think we're going to ship back the sword. Don't know what we're up against. Don't know if this sword is going to be good. Opponent mulligans down to 3. Okay. I'm thinking either they are Tron or Dredge. That is going to be my educated guess. Either way, we're going to lead on Noble. Pass the turn. I'm really hoping for a third land. Okay, they are Tron. I don't think we have any disruption against Tron in the main deck here. So we will just play a tapped land, attack the opponent for 1, and pass the turn. Mine from the opponent. And they pass. Oh man, are they just going to are they just going to natural Tron us? Well, our best way out of this is definitely going to be slamming down the Felidar Guardian. Doesn't matter what it flickers. Sure, whatever. Pass the turn to them. Don't have it, please. Or if you have it, no payoffs. Oh, they just passed the turn. Okay, somehow we are still short on just comboing them because we can't Eldritch Evolution into Saheeli, right? So let us just attack in with Felidar Guardian. Felidar smacks him for 2. We will play a Prime Speaker Vannifar. Play a land tapped. Pass the turn. So no board wipe of some sort, please. They play a Chromatic Sphere. They cycle it at a green. They play a Power Plant. Ooh, Sylvan Scrying. Yep. All right, they're doing Tron stuff. But I think it's too little too late. So we will just show them we'll just show them Kiki-Jiki by potting away. Prime Speaker Vannifar. It's the fastest way, fewest clicks. So Kiki-Jiki and makes a ton of Felidar Guardians. Alright, opponent's seen enough. Saw we demonstrated the loop. And we'll go sideboarding. Alright, sideboarding's pretty easy. We're going to bring in Magus of the Moon and some Night of Autumns. We're going to take out Reflector Mage because there's nothing we really want to bounce. And we're taking out part of the Stoneforge package because the package is pretty useless in this matchup, but maybe sort of Feast and Famine will be better than Fire and Ice. So we're going to run it back like that. Opponent's on the play. We will reveal our Yorion. This hand looks a-okay. We have Evolution. Ice-Fang, Noble, Evolution can grab our Magus of the Moon, and we can get plenty of fetch lands, or basics. So yeah, we're going to keep opponent mulligans down to 5 and keeps. I think that's a normal occurrence for Tron, going down 5 or lower. Star from them, yep. And they pass. Well, we will just lead with our Noble Hierarch here. Drawing Chord might as well be a dead card, but so be it. Pass it to them. They play a Power Plant, cycle away their star, and they Ancient Stirrings. Okay, let's see if they get. Oh, they get a Chromatic Sphere. Okay, and they play it. Yep, we're hoping for a way to get an island here. Ha! Ask and you shall receive. Okay, so I wasn't so sure if I was going to turn this into a Magus of the Moon, but now that I can get a basic island and have all my colors, will Eldritch Evolution this for a Magus of the Moon. So Magus is down. Now this doesn't mean I beat Tron. They can still just hit lands and cast things naturally, so I gotta kill them. They play their other Tron piece. Make green and Ancient Stirrings. Walking Ballista could be a problem as well. They get a basic forest, okay? And they pass. Saheeli is definitely not a bad one. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. So let's start by attacking for 2. And just play land and say go. We're going to flash in our snake. Plays that forest that we know about. Uh-oh. Karn the Great Creator. Okay. This is going to grab something out of their sideboard. Grabs a Walking Ballista. Right. Yep, that can deal with our Magus, unfortunately. So we're going to play this Ice-Fang out. Draw a card. Saheeli's not horrible. Ooh, another Eldritch Evolution. What does that do for us? Oh, well... Actually, we don't have this. We don't have the second forest, huh? If we did, I could go grab the second Magus, but honestly, I think what we're going to do is play out our Saheeli, copy Ice-Fang Coatl so we get to draw a card. Well, that's a reason to leave a... Oh, yeah, that's a reason to leave green up. A bit of a misplay by me. Hopefully that doesn't cost us, but it very well might. So we attack in and pass the turn. Felidar Guardian off the top would be our best draw. Yeah, if we played this green, I think we could have won. Very unfortunate. There's the walking ball. Probably going to finish off Magus. It does. Well, that does unlock our second green. If we don't just die. They pass with just some colorless up. Well, let's fetch here. Grab another basic green source. Might as well scry right now. We do not need an Astrolabe. Well, I guess I didn't need to scry then because we're getting an Eldritch Evolution down anyways, but it doesn't matter. We are going to Evolution. Grabbing Felidar Guardian. Felidar is going to come in and flicker Saheeli. And that makes infinite Felidar Guardians, and we win! Taking down Tron. I love it. I love it. Alright, on to the fifth and final match. Alright, we won the die roll, so lucky. We would love to play first. Let's reveal our Yorion. No companion from the opponent. This is very risky, but I think we have a redraw and a dork, so we are going to keep. Very, very risky, I understand that, but it pays off if we hit lands. So I'm guessing this is either Tron or Dredge once again. I think those are the most competitive decks that don't run companions. Although, actually, I think humans might not run companions either. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be my initial guess. So we are going to get a Snow card for basic because we have Astrolabe, play Noble, and pass the turn. Tron. Alright, well, pre-board we don't have anything for this, and they kept a sizable hand, so I assume we're going to get Tron on turn 3. So we're looking to luck out of this one. And that starts by hitting a couple of lands. Oh, is this Dismember? Oh, the respect, the interaction. How dare you, Tron? Game 1 interacting? How dare you? Well, I mean, I guess we would have preferred a island, but beggars can't be choosers. So we will play this Astrolabe. Ooze is basically a dead draw in this matchup. And pass the turn. They have a Chromatic Sphere and a Mine. Oh boy, we are going to get Tron, aren't we? Another Ice-Fang Coatl. Okay. Well, let's make some blue mana. Play out our little snow snake. Hey, hit the land. So lucky. Pass the turn. I'm not feeling super confident about this, but we could get lucky. Our deck does have potential to combo out of nowhere, so... Tower. Yep. Mismatch, too. How dare you, opponent? So disgusting. Mismatched Tron lands? Who are you? They take our forest. Sure. Well, let's grab a green-blue, I suppose. We aren't just dead yet. I mean, we're pretty much dead, but pretty much technically isn't just dead. And we hit land, which is cool. So let's poke Karn so that they can't mine us again, I suppose. We might as well play this one tapped. And just flash in another Ice-Fang Coatl, I guess. Yep, Karn takes a card from us. Let's give them... I guess it would be the Scavenging Ooze. It's the most dead card. And if they reset the game with a Scooze, I guess I'd be the least upset, as opposed to Batterskull. I guess we want to hold Corridor Monitor for combo potentials. Wow, another card. Yep, that is a beating. So this is probably going to eat another one of our lands. Yep. So let's just flash out the snake now. Snake draws a Saheeli. Well, you know, if we hit a land, Saheeli would be great. They cycle their Chromatic Sphere and Sylvan Scrying. Okay, just getting some Tron lands out. If we hit a land, we get to kill this Karn with Saheeli, which would be a plus. Come on, land. Not a land. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay. I guess we start by poking Karn. Get poked. And I know we can get Oblivion Stoned, but we're going to main phase this snake to hope to hit a land. Not a land. Okay. And pass the turn. We're very unlikely to win this. However, as of now, it is still technically possible. Oh, is this Ugin? Okay. I'll take like one more draw, and probably see what we get. Ugin wipes our field. We do hit a land, but the problem is Ugin can just -3 and kill the Saheeli, and Karn can minus, so it's too little too late. So we are going to scoop it up. Alright, we're going to sideboard in the exact same way. We're going to bring in our Magus of the Moons and some Night of Autumns and take out a little bit of the Stoneforge package and Reflector Mages and try to get Tron. Alright. Trying to defeat Tron. It's probably a hard matchup, but let's reveal our Yorion and go. Hand looks great. Sneep, right? That's what they call it. Sneep. Snap keep. Oh, I just noticed this this guy's name is Craigalicious and I'm Craigo. That's hilarious. Craig's fighting for the 5-0. Come on, man. But I'm sorry, Tron. I hope you mulligan to like 2 every game. Oh, what? Are you keeping at 7? That's not mulligan to 2 at all. Alright, well, we'll start with Bird. Hope it doesn't get dismembered. They start with a Power Plant. And they have a Chromatic Star. Sure. Well, oh, we drew another Bird. Sure. We're just gonna start right away by getting an island here. There's our snow-covered island. And let's just still hope to dodge the Dismember and just slam down a Magus of the Moon. Pass the turn. No Dismember, no Walking Ballista, please. We still have to dodge stuff, that's for sure. They crack their star. Ancient Stirrings, okay. Hopefully that means no Dismember and whatnot. Stirrings finds a Sphere, some more color fixing from them. Or eggs. Oh, a second Power Plant. Okay, so that means even if Magus dies, they're not going to be Tronning me. They play Star even though we know about Sphere. Interesting. Vista. Alright. Well, let's just play out our Felidar Guardian, who will blink our forest. And I actually think we get down Birds of Paradise, because then we can Yorion Astrolabe next turn, hopefully, if some magical board wipe doesn't happen. Hit them for 2, pass the turn. Alright, Tron. Don't interact with me, please. They crack their star for green. Yep. They've got a full grip. Yikes. This could definitely be scary. Play the Sphere that we knew about. Just cycling and making some color fixing. They play a tower, and they pass. Still no Dismember. Oh! Okay, well, we could just draw the Kiki-Jiki. How about that? Might as well play the Astrolabe, I suppose. Draw a card off of it. And just old-fashioned Kiki Cat. So Felidar, yep, makes infinite Felidars. Okay. We interacted just enough with Tron to get the win. On the draw, it's going to be a lot harder, but I don't think we need to change anything, so we are just going to run it back. All right, game 3 against Tron. Reveal our Yorion, of course. Ooh, this hand. I think we have to reluctantly keep this hand. I think if this was an Eldritch Evolution, it would be a little bit better with Magus of the Moon and whatnot, but I am going to keep this. Opponent mulligans down to 5, but per normal for Tron, nothing surprising. They lead off with a Chromatic Star and pass. We draw another basic, which is okay if we do rip the Magus of the Moon. So let's grab a forest, play our trusty old birds, and pass. Opponent untaps. Let's dodge Tron, please. Dodge Tron. Nope, please don't find it. Please, no. Ancient Stirrings. Uh-oh. Finds Power Plants. Ah! Oh, no. This is scary. Scary mode. Alright, so we will take our turn. Let's see. Guess we will play a birds and plan on flashing in this Ice-Fang Coatl. If we can, I think if we can dodge Tron this turn, we can Chord for our Magus. Oh, okay. Expedition map, so they're going to be grabbing Tron. Okay, so no interaction, please. There's Ice-Fang. Yep, Ice-Fang draws us a card. It's a land, sure. Oh, and an Eldritch Evolution. Okay. So I think what we do is just fetch right now. The question is, when do we want to do this Chord of Calling? We could do it when they crack their map, but if they draw Tron naturally, I kind of just don't want them to have it. We're going to do it on their upkeep, so that if they do have a Dismember or something similar, they have to do it on their turn. How about that? Oh, they crack map right now. Well, that makes sense. That makes the most sense. So let us Chord of Calling. X is 3 to get our Magus of the Moon. Maybe that was wrong timing, because now they can grab it in appropriate land, but we'll see. They're just going to grab Tron anyways, I'm sure. Yep. Alright, they untap. 5 cards in hand. No interaction once again, please. Play that mine. Oh, there's the Dismember! Sure. So they had the Dismember. Well, no follow-up? Okay. Karna the Great Creator, of course, is scary. Now I'm going to assume a Walking Ballista or something similar. No, they grab a Tritosphere. Okay, so our Snow Snakes and Dorks and whatnot cost more. Oh, does that just do it? Let's see. We go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I believe that does it for us. So let's shock this in. Right? Each spell that would cost less than 3 mana costs 3 mana instead. Okay, so Saheeli copies our Ice-Fang Coatl and draws us a card. Then we Eldritch Evolution away the copy, grab Felidar Guardian, and do the Saheeli loop. Awesome! The opponent did not want it. Oh man, we got the 5-0, the big 5-0. Wow, there it is, 5-0. All right, y'all, wrap up video. I mean, what can I say? This deck is beyond sweet. You're running 80 cards. You got a ton of combos, a bunch of utility. You know, a bunch of card advantage with Yorion. It's just sick. Blinking Astrolabes, Guardians, Ice-Fang Coatl. You know, I'm pretty content with our sideboard. It's simple to the point, and I think it's pretty easy to board things in and out. Honestly, I don't think I'd change anything right now. Hey, let me know how you guys thought about this deck. I mean, I thought it was sweet, and if you liked the deck, please consider giving the video a like as well. Subscribe if you want to, and I'm probably going to continue doing some modern videos in the future. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.